We'll now make our way back to the legend category. The next inductee, a driver that is unfortunately no longer with us tonight. The inductee is Daryl Williams. To receive the award will be Dayton Williams and his two daughters, and to give the introduction will be Kevin Fletcher.
First off, I'd like to congratulate all of this year's inductees. I think it's a super good group this year going in. And like I said, a great pick on all you guys. Congratulations. Daryl Williams, we lost him about 3 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken on a date. And, you know, if you knew Daryl, and he was one of the best ones there was. He a good friend, and I'm lucky. Dan Williams is one of them over here. I'm lucky that John Williams, well, I say I am, I'm proud of the fact that JW, Dave, Dan, and now Daryl, all three as a family, is going into the reunion because they're just super great people. And I think it's a major accomplishment as a family. I wish you'd give them all a round of applause. Actually, Sean, I think I could use his notes because he had everything I was going to say, but I'll let you go ahead and say it. I'll repeat it if I have to. Daryl started out, like Sean said, in that little Chevy too, won many features. You know, he won that the track championship, the Missouri Dirt Track Championship in 1980. Ran a modified in 1984 when they started the Airport Speedway. Lance McNally, when he built that, Daryl and Dave and all the guys, JW built the motors, Dan built chassis, and they ran at the Airport Speedway. And they was a force. There was a force to be reckoned with wherever they raced at. And we would go everywhere. I mean, I traveled a lot with those guys, and you know, they didn't care where they went. They was there to race, and they're there for the competition part. Daryl raced asphalt, raced dirt. It didn't matter. He just loved to race. He raced go-karts. He quit the big cars and actually thought, well, I'll take a break and I'll try something different. He raced go-karts in 1980, I believe it was, won an ICAV championship. He traveled all around doing that. But it's like I said, it didn't matter. If he had if it had a motor on, Daryl would do it. He loved the fact to race. And it's like I said, how many here knew Daryl Williams? You can't raise your hand. I'd give anything he's back with us. Daryl was a friend to everybody. And a great friend he was. Receiving tonight's going to be Dayton Williams, his son, and also his three daughters. Yeah, the three of you now. It's three, by the way. So, you girls, if you would, well, let's let Dayton come up first, and I'll bring you up here. Dayton, you can have a word or two, please.
Get my notes out here. All right. Well, first of all, I'm not very good at talking in front of people, so just kind of bear with me here. First of all, I want to start off by thanking Kevin Fletcher, great family friend the past couple years, and yeah, like you said, we'd give anything to have him back. But can we get another round of applause for Kevin? Actually, everything he does. Alrighty, well, like Kevin said, Sean, Dan, everyone here, my dad was something. Some people would just say an adrenaline junkie. He actually built a luge board for my sisters over there, and so he had the bright idea. He was home alone. He had the bright idea to ride it down the biggest hill in Greene County, and we won't get really into deep with that, but let's just say my mom came home to him stuck to the sheets, road rash. It's good. And then I believe there was a zip line through our forest. Like Kevin said, if it had an engine or wheels, anything, he'd get on it or in it. You know, he might not have been the smartest individual, but we definitely like having him around. So, yeah, definitely into dirt, asphalt. He ran late models, modifies everything. He struggled to get in the asphalt a little bit because my grandma Beverly said he'd probably kill himself doing that. Finally talked her into it. I'm not sure how that happened, but anyways, a couple people here I want to thank. Bob Aton, is he up anywhere here? He's up here. Okay, right. Painted all the race cars for us. Was a big part of all our success. Can we get a round of applause for him also, actually? Well, I was actually born February 17th, 2001, the day before the Daytona 500 that we actually did lose Dale Earnhardt. And that was the day of the nationwide race, and maybe some of you remember it was under rain delay. So my mom was in labor, she was stressing out, I'm sure. My dad was twiddling his thumbs, so don't know if he was very concerned. He was worried about the race. It was under rain delay, and the doctor came in, he's like, well, it looks like you're ready. I was like, my dad jumped up and said, well, if we can get it in the rain delay, that would just be great. So, out I come, like 15 minutes later, here comes the nationwide race back on, so I guess it worked out pretty all right. But yeah, once again, I want to thank the association. It's a great honor. I wish he was here to receive the award. He would be beyond stoked for this. I really appreciate it, and if anyone has any stories, which I'm sure there are some in the house, definitely stop and let any of our clan know about it. So I guess I'll call up my sisters up to the stage because they have some stories that I'm not able to share. So round of applause for them also.
All right, I think this is low enough. All right. I feel very privileged to be able to accept this award on my father's behalf. He would have definitely loved to be here. He would have loved this. He would have loved bullshitting with all of the racers that are here, telling ridiculous stories. I tried to harness his energy before I came here tonight, so I smoked a pack of Marlboro Reds, I drank a six-pack on my way here. Now I'm just ready to bullshit, but pretty honestly though, I really hope that all of you had the pleasure of meeting him, whether it be at Dick's Machine Shop or at the racetrack with the Williams Racing team. He was a great guy and a great father. When he taught me how to drive, he taught me to drive with 2 feet, just like you in racing. He also told me not to speed on the road. If I wanted to go fast, he'd buy me a race car. So, love and miss you, Dad.
Alright, I don't have any notes, so I guess I'm just going to kind of wing it, but I want to say thank you to Kevin, and I also want to thank the Ozarks Area Racers Association for honoring my dad. I think he would be humbled to be here among all of the other people that are here today. I have 2 things that I kind of want to say about my dad today, and one of them I think encompasses his sense of humor. This is a story that has been told to me several times by my dad and other people, so I don't know, Dan, you might know this one, and if I have a detail wrong, I'm really sorry. But I guess one night they had raced at Monette, and they left Monette, and Dad wanted to stop and get some beer on the way home, but they didn't sell beer on Sundays then. So Dad, and I'm going to take Davis's quote on this one too and say the statute of limitations is up. They went ahead and stopped at the gas station anyway, and Dad went in and he grabbed the beer. And the guy said, of course, which Dad already knew, "We don't sell beer on Sundays." And Dad slapped some money on the counter and said, "You do now." And then they went and got in the truck and started to leave. But I guess maybe they were thinking about the fact that Dick's Machine and Motor Supply is slapped across the back of the race car that's on the trailer when they start driving out of the parking lot of the gas station. So kind of a funny one there. The other thing that I want to say about my dad, it deals more with family. And whenever he raced Saturdays at Lebanon, I think it was almost every single Saturday night, me and my sister would beg to go to Big Daddy's truck stop on the way home from Lebanon. And we'd always tell my stepmom Patty, we want to go to Big Daddy's on the way home, and she would say, well, you know what you have to do? You have to bat your eyes at your dad because he'll agree if you do that. So we'd always do that, and he almost always said yes. And it wasn't that we wanted to go have milkshakes late at night or have sodas. Everybody went, and everybody sat around the table, and everybody talked, and it was just such a great time. And it was just fun memories and real family. Racing's a really family-oriented sport, I think, and that is a great thing about it. So.
One of my favorite things about my dad was that even after he stopped racing, it was still such a big part of his life and a big part of his family. My little brother and I had go-karts, and that was always a big thing that we all did together. Another thing, I remember him disassembling a motorized scooter he got me for Christmas. He was pretty sure he could alter the engine to get it to go a little faster, which I'm sure was completely safe. He did the same thing to 2 motorized scooters, if I'm not mistaken. That was always his thing. He would always build us something. I mean, if it wasn't building a car, that's fine. He wasn't racing anymore. He would just build us something else crazy. Was it Dayton that mentioned the luge? I mean, that was originally intended for us. I'm pretty thankful that he took that on the test ride. Another thing was the zip line. He always made sure that safety was first priority. There was no stopping mechanism. Oh yeah, we did wear helmets, you're right. There was no stopping mechanism on the zip line though. It was a rope that he was 100% sure he would grab and catch for us. So it was always an adventure with him. We all miss him, and I'm so grateful for everyone. And like Dayton said, if you have a good story about him, we would all appreciate to hear it. So find one of us and just give us a smile for that. All right, thank you, everybody.
Come around front. There you go. Good job.